Hi everybody! Today we're going to be making Gutload for dubia, roaches, and also crickets. And mealworms really like this too. You just have to be careful feeding it to mealworms. So, this is what we've got. We've got apple, orange, red lettuce, a little bit of collard greens, a little bit of mustard greens, carrots, yams, wheat bran, and oat bran. This is just kind of a basic blend. You can also add bee pollen if you want to add a little bit more nutrients. A few other green leafy things. I'm trying to limit the calcium in this for my dubias because they don't like calcium. So I also have some ice trays, a little bit of water, and a blender. Please ignore the pineapple then. So make sure that you wash all of your vegetables very thoroughly. You don't want any kind of pesticides left over in there, and buy organic if you can, just to avoid the risk of pesticides, because they can build up in insects and be passed on to your herbs. So I've chopped everything into somewhat manageable pieces. Again, apple, orange, yam, carrot, and then I mixed all my greens together, red lettuce, collard greens, and mustard greens. You just go ahead and toss all that in here. You may have to do a couple batches. This is going to make a fair amount of Gutload. I use the fruits for the dubia so that they like to eat the rest of the stuff. They're pretty into fruits. And my crickets don't mind at all either. And then I put half tablespoon of each of the brands. You can do more if you want to. If I'm just doing mealworm food, then I'll often put a little bit more in. So that's what it looks like before it gets blended. You just want to add a little bit of water so it's a good consistency. And here it is all blended. It's a lovely, disgusting color. I don't know if you guys can see that. I use the chop setting on my blender just because I use big pieces and it works easier that way. But you kind of want it the same consistency as like a very thick pudding. So this will freeze nicely in the ice trays and it will be easy for everybody to eat. This is great too because you don't need any water source like water crystals or anything. There's plenty of moisture in this Gutload for your critters. So we'll go ahead and start putting it into the ice trays. I like to use just regular ice trays because I'm feeding a lot of bugs. You can get the fancy littler ones if you don't have a lot of bugs, or you can fill them half full. You're going to want to defrost this before you give it to your bugs, but it does make it keep easier. I can keep this probably 3 or 4 months before I have to make some new stuff. So, and this is enough to fill probably 3 ice trays. These vegetables and fruits cost me about $5, and I can feed my bugs for months with this, so it's way cheaper than buying pre-made Gutload. And you can make it to order for whatever you're feeding, bug-wise or herb-wise. So there you go. After you do that, pop it in the freezer. I usually leave mine overnight, and then I put them in a baggie, and I can keep them in the freezer forever. I just label the baggie with what's in there. And here's a baggie with the finished product. Ta-da! One beautiful Gutload cube. I hope this helps. I got the idea off the Chameleon forums, but I thought it would be nice to have a video of start to finish, so please leave any comments that you like, and maybe next time we'll do a dry Gutload.